Hello, DIY Dad here. Right, we're going to have a quick update on my house, just a quick one, because that's frustrating me. We should have moved 2 months ago now, with our plan of basically escaping this country and going to do some world schooling with the kids. Now, we should have, as I said, we should have been gone 2 months ago. What's happened is the buyers are so glacially slow, unfortunately, that every time something gets organised and goes down the chain, the date gets lost because they take a week to organise it, and then, for example, the removals then go on to another week. So we're hoping for a miracle because it's just taking forever, this. So their solicitors are almost impossible to contact, and it's just taking, we're 22 or 3 weeks in now. It should have taken 12. This is just the housing market in the UK all over. It's just a nightmare. Buying or selling, we've always had really traumatic house moves. And really frustrating, it's just generally a whole frustrating experience and stressful because you never know if anything's going to happen or when it's going to happen, or can never be set in stone to the last possible moment. So we've been sleeping on the floor on our camping mats now for 2 months. I've got used to it now. I actually don't mind it, but my wife is sort of not happy about this. So we did actually consider going to stay in a hotel to just have a bed for a night. But never mind, that's by the by. So basically we're getting there, we're ready. I've got a few other things in the house to get rid of, but other than that it's fine. Literally, if I had 2 days notice, I could get rid of everything in the house we've got left, pack everything into 4 suitcases, chuck it in a van and leave. So we're just waiting for that. That's all we're waiting for now, is other people as usual. And this has kind of got us thinking that because of the traumatic house moves we've had in the past, we've moved house, only 3 times. Some people do it every year if they're renting, but we've had such a traumatic time with all the house moves. With the system doesn't work very well anymore. It's traumatic, it's extended, it's expensive. The whole thing, the whole system is just wired up not to work anymore. It's just not fit for purpose anymore, the way it's done. So we've actually decided that after we've done this, I don't think we certainly won't be buying a house in the UK again, when there's no point. Which then got me thinking, finances. We're going to have a bit of money from the house. And what I didn't realise, because I haven't been taught this at school, funnily enough, is that if you invest your money, it doesn't have to be massively high risk. Everyone thinks stocks and shares, oh, you're going to lose your money straight away. Not the case. If you do like a global index funds or something like that, which I'm learning myself at the moment, teaching myself, you can put in a certain amount of money and it will appreciate over time. Say 10 years, you might get a 10% return, which compared to banks and things at the moment is so much better. So we were taught at school, like, oh yes, what you need to do is buy a house because put all your money into property. That's what you need to do. But actually, is it? What I've worked out now, that if we put the money we'd spent on houses and mortgages into like a global index fund when we were in our 20s, we would be millionaires now through you put the money in, a certain amount of money in. You either put a big lump sum in, or you put like 500 quid a month in, and that appreciates in value, and any interest you get on that gets put back in, called compound interest. So that interest gradually grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. So the more money you've got, the more you make, and it just keeps growing and growing. And if you have it in there for like 20 years, it appreciates to quite a big value. And you're just like, and then you would go and buy a house outright in cash and have loads of money left over. So what we've decided to do is to try and put some money into investing, and live off just some of it, and that way we might be able to actually make a big profit on what we've already got. But they won't teach you that in school. And interestingly, people that are like business owners and people that are successful, that's what they do. They don't go and buy loads of stuff, because if you go and buy a car or something like that, it depreciates. It's a liability. It's costing you money. Whereas if you put money into stocks and shares, like a safe stocks and shares at 10% over a long period of time, that's how you make money. You don't do it by buying a house and then attempting to sell it again. I admit we have made a bit on some of the houses we've sold, but overall, if you're looking for long-term gains with low risk, you can put them into these stocks and shares and it will appreciate in value. So I've learned that. So it's one of these regret things where you look back and go, oh, I wish I'd done that 20 years ago. Oh, God, if I'd done that. And you start working it out and you're like, oh, I'm so frustrated. If I'd done it then, it would have been. But this is something we can teach our kids. I can teach my kids that now and say, look, you put this amount of money in every month. Don't worry about houses. And just by the in 20, 30 years time, you won't need to worry about money. You'll be an investor. You won't need to worry about money again. So that's really, really interesting. That's really opened my eyes to financial stuff, because homeschooling the kids. This is the stuff. These are the really important points that we can teach them. Really important. This could change their lives from being a person that works constantly their entire life and certainly not able to retire now because the retirement age is going up so much, to a point where they could become completely financially dependent and not have to work because of that investment they've put in at the start of their life. Now I wonder why they don't want us to know things like that. Yeah, that's an interesting one. So yeah, I've been off work now for quite a while. I'm slowly integrating back into the family. This has not been easy for me to integrate back in. It's very full on all the time. But I'm starting to enjoy it now, and having this time actually it's all of this time that I've got now. It's all of it is spent with the kids. So we've been doing stuff that as a family, or I've been taking the kids out, stuff we've not been able to do before. Something's on, we go, oh, we're going to do that. So we've been to there's a museum locally to where I live, and they had this big dinosaur exhibition. We've been to that twice. They loved it. They really like it. So we've done that. What have we done? Oh, went to see, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, the Andalusia, I think it is. There's a Spanish galleon that's been sailing around the UK and stopping in ports. It's actually Portuguese. It's a copy of a Portuguese galleon, which they used to use hundreds of years ago for trading around the world. It's really, really interesting. It's an exact copy of a square rigged ship. So we went on that. That was at Whitehaven actually. So we went there and went on that. That was really interesting to see how that all works. That was fantastic. And then we went to the museum there and had a good time. That's been a really good day out. So yeah, and we've been walking around some of the waters. They're called waters. So Bottomere. We've had a big walk around there. We've been around Ullswater, and we've been around. Today we've been out and been on a good, like a whole sort of what you call a beach day by the lake, all day, and the kids have been playing in the lake, and it's just been fantastic. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, having all this spare time, it's not spare time at all. I'm actually as busy, if not busier, than if I was at work, but I'm spending the time with the kids. And we're having a fantastic time, to the point that they're absolutely knackered in the evenings. So it's been quite good, really. So yeah, that just a small update of what's going on. So basically, as soon as we get the call, we'll move the rest of the stuff, probably mostly to a charity shop, and then we'll be off. So there we go. That's tonight's one anyway. That's where we're at with the house move, basically. And yeah, all the other plans are kind of on hold. We've got all these things we need to do, like changing addresses and all this banking stuff, but we're kind of on hold for now until an exact house date is done, and then we're gonna book somewhere for 2 weeks locally, and then we're gonna move on from there. So there you go. That's just a quick update of what's going on in our lives in terms of houses. So I think the takeaway thing from this video is consider investing over buying a house, because the bricks and mortar thing over investment, over time, the investment is actually better value than having a house. And if you come to a conclusion that you don't need all this stuff in your life that we have, then you realise that all you do with a house is fill it full of stuff, and then you're not in it anyway because you're at work if you're in that sort of cycle. So invest over houses is what I would recommend now, just from my experience. But I can't go back. But somebody else can look into it and go, "Ooh, that's a good idea." Right, we'll leave that there. Right, bye for now.